I feel like an archetype such as this should be left for reviews on Halloween. But yeah, we're reviewing them now, so screw it. We're taking a look at the Mask archetype used by two characters from Duel Monsters, known as Mask of Light and Mask of Darkness. Yeah, very clever names there. But anyway, yeah, this is a 16-card archetype, which only existence justifies one card, and yeah, we'll get to that. Alright, let's start with their first monster, that being the level 2 Mask of Darkness. This one has a flip effect to add one trap card from your graveyard to your hand. And yeah, this was back in the day generic trap card recovery, which wasn't plentiful back in the day, so this used to be a cool tech to run in some trap heavy decks, or if you really prefer running some battle traps, which were limited at the time. So yeah, the archetype only has 2 trap cards in total, of which one is completely relevant and the other one is complete garbage. So yeah. Then we have NUVIA the Wicked, a level 4 with 2000 attack and 800 defense, and if this card is normal summoned, destroy this card. If your opponent controls any monster, decrease the attack of this card by 200 points for each monster on your opponent's side of the field. Well, here's your secondary boar soldier, folks. Well, yeah, this is from back in the day when when level 4 monsters with 2000 or more attack were so fearably powerful that they need to be nerfed into the ground the most maximum way possible. Even though this is complete asinine garbage, really it is. Just like boar soldier. So yeah. The only possible use I can think of this thing is in a Mekler deck upon like normal summoning this thing, and then this thing gets destroyed by its own effect, and then you get to summon a Mekler Emperor. Or, you know, you cannot be a complete idiot and just run any better generic machine engine instead of it. What a masterpiece, really. Alright, now we have a few normal monsters which lore-wise fall under the archetype, and 2 of them are important for a certain other monster. First up we have Shining Abyss, which is, okay, beat stick and a better wall, but nothing too special. Rogue Doll, which is just a beat stick with nothing else going for it. And then we have Grand TIKI Elder and Milked the Four-Faced Beast, which are important for us for the next monster we're looking at, Masked Beast Desgardius, who is a level 8 with 3300 attack and 2500 defense, and cannot be normal summoned or set, and this card cannot be special summoned except by tributing 2 monsters, of which one of them is either Milked the Four-Faced Beast or the Grand TIKI Elder. So yeah, and when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target 1 Mask of Remnants from your deck at the, and equip it to 1 monster on the field. So yeah, this is a very nice beat stick, which is alright. If you apply normal, if you run double summon along with the 2 vanillas, you can basically summon it for first turn, which is again, bringing this out was a bit trickier back in the day. So yeah, you used to have like put a decent wall, hope the opponent doesn't destroy it by any means, and then summon Grand TIKI Elder or the Four-Faced Beast, and then tribute those in order to summon this beat stick. And yeah, this used to be a cool beat stick, but nowadays it's a bit too hard to summon. Hell, it was hard to summon even back in the day, and not let alone now. However, its floating effect, well, it floats into the this card, Mask of Remnants, which is oddly enough not an equip card by nature, just by its own effect. When it's activated normally from your hand, you shuffle it into the deck. However, if it is put into play by Masked Beast Desgardius, you take control of the monster which this card is equipped to. So yeah, basically the price for destroying the Masked Beast was punishment of possibly stealing the monster which was used to destroy it, which was back in the day pretty brutal, I have to say. Still, this effect is a bit too finicky nowadays to pull off, so yeah, not to mention that the card can be activated by itself, so yeah, it has that Jackpot 7 syndrome there, so yeah. And the last monster is the Masked Beast, which is a pre-evolution to Masked Beast Desgardius and is a ritual monster with 100 less attack, which is summoned by Curse of the Masked Beast, which is just a generic ritual spell with no additional benefits. Alright, now getting to their actual spell and trap support. First up we have Mask of the Accursed. The monster equipped with this card cannot attack. The control of the equipped monster takes 500 points of damage during each of your standby phases. I mean, you can. There are worse attack lock cards, but this one certainly wasn't the best either. Yeah, this was back in the day pretty neat way of preventing a powerful beat stick in order to attack with some decent burn damage even provided. So yeah, it was a decent card back in the day, but well, below decent, but you get what I mean. But nowadays it's just not worth it. Most monsters that you wanna disable from attacking cannot be targeted. So yeah, good luck activating this now. So yeah, the next the next spell card is Mask of Brutality. It's another equipped spell which, with the equipped monster, gains 1000 attack and loses 1000 defense. During each of your standby phases, pay 1000 life points or destroy this card. Okay, so you could either run this thing or just run freaking Axe of Despair over this. It's the same battle boost without the shitty life point maintenance costs, so yeah. Not to mention that paying 1000 life points was pretty harsh back in the day, because boosts of 1000 were pretty rare back in the day, so yeah, you used to use this thing as an OTK enabler or as a finishing tool, so yeah, that's how that went. And the next card is the continuous spell Mask of Dispel. Select one face-up spell card on the field. The controller of the spell card takes 500 damage during each of your standby phases. When the selected card is removed from the field, destroy this card. Now, they wasted any possible solutions to actually dispelling a problematic card, which was a huge problem back in the day, since a lot of continuous spell cards were rampaging the meta back in the day with their very powerful stun effects, such as Swords of Revealing Light was a very genuine threat back in the day, because hardly anything could get over it other than like DISPEL or Mystical Space Typhoon, and I'm not sure I'm missing anything from back in the day. But no, they wanted to promote that sweet 500 burn damage gimmick of the controller taking for this. It doesn't even negate the effects of a spell card it's actually applied to, which is the saddest part. But it doesn't get any more interesting or bad with other than with the spell card known as Chosen One. Select one monster card and two non-monster cards from your hand. Your opponent randomly selects one card among them. If it is a monster card, it is special summon and send the remaining two cards to the graveyard. If not, send all cards to the graveyard. Yeah, or you can just not be a complete idiot and just run freaking A Hero Emerges instead. It just discards the card that wasn't a monster card or a monster that cannot be normal summoned or set from your hand, in order to if the opponent picked it, and if the opponent chooses the correct card to summon, you keep the rest of them. Why the hell would you have to resort to this ugly gimmick one-shot card that was printed to fill up backspace? Yeah, just don't use it unless you're lighting up a barbecue or something. Alright, now getting to their two trap cards, first of which is Mask of Weakness. Target one attacking monster. That target loses 700 attack until the end of this turn. No, I mean, why the hell would you want to run this thing if since a shadow spell was a thing for quite some time before this thing came out? It stopped the monster dead in its tracks and reduced the 700 attack points, if that's all you're going for, basically. And not to mention that the monster cannot change its battle position, and yeah, it's basically a much better stun card than this thing. And not to mention that the monster gets its attack back during the end of the turn. Really, I'm not sure. And finally we get to their best card, which is one of the best tech option cards made for one of the worst archetypes ever made. That is, of course, the continuous trap Mask of Restrict. It has a simple but yet very powerful effect. Neither player can tribute cards. Obviously, this is a huge deal nowadays since kaijus are rampaging the meta left and right, so yeah. Placing this onto the field basically protects your monsters, very powerful monsters, from being kaiju'd and from being removed from the field by basically... This is basically the only out. Well, the cards which prevent tributing are the only out to kaijus, which is pretty rare. So yeah, kaijus are basically the most efficient effect of monster removal, and this card is basically tacked into any deck that has space for it in order to protect from that rancid kaiju removal. So yeah, really great card. It's such a shame that it comes from such a shitty archetype. Grades. What do we say about these grades? Of course, everything gets a 1 out of 3, except I'm actually gonna give versatility a 2 out of 3 because the sheer amount of decks that Mask of Restrict is splashable in and it protects is outright insane, and I just have to give them credit because this Mask archetype has an out to kaiju removal, which is not something I can say for a lot of decks. So yeah, just because of that one card, I'm actually gonna be generous and give versatility a 2 out of 3. So yeah, those were masks, and I'm going to feel really stupid if they actually announce some additional support for this archetype during this year's Halloween. So yeah, I wonder if we'll be wearing them during this Halloween or not. But yeah, let's hope it's as good as Mask of Restrict. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and updates. Comment, like, and subscribe. And as usual, I'll upload the next vid whenever I can. See you all. Have a good day and peace.